Joel Matip, of course, announced his retirement from football while I was away. I touched on this topic earlier on with David Lynch, but I guess I want to touch on it again now. Look, Joel's never going to see this video. Of course he isn't, because I'm sure he doesn't watch the channel. But for everything he gave to this football club, for the funny moments, for the quality football he played at centre-back, thank you. Thank you, Joel, for all of it. When he was fit and available, he was a class act. A Rolls Royce of a centre-back who... you won't see many more centre-backs who can carry the ball forward, take on players with such gusto and confidence as Joel Matip. And I just have nothing but love and admiration for the man. And it was incredibly sad the way his Liverpool career came to an end with that ACL injury. And I think if his contractual situation had been different, Liverpool, of course, would have supported him through that, as they actually did to some extent as well, by allowing him to continue to use the club's facilities to rehab. But he obviously felt that, Father Time had caught up with him and his body wasn't able for it anymore. But for me, as a Liverpool fan, it's been nothing but a pleasure to watch Joel Matip represent this club. And I will only ever think of him as an incredible part of our success. And I guess it leads to the big question. We haven't done a poll yet tonight, but Liverpool's best ever free signing. So let's put this to a vote. We're going to ask, who do you think was Liverpool's best ever free signing? I think there are 4 options for me. If I'm not wrong, I think Marcus Babbel was a free signing. Correct me on that if I am wrong before I do this poll out, by the way. Because myself and David debated this a little bit as well earlier on the video today. So I'm going to ask who you think is Liverpool's best free signing. Of the modern era, I should say. Robbo for 8 million is definitely a steal, Cameron. And I'll go one better than that, mate. Not only was he 8 million, but basically we swapped Kevin Stewart for Andy Robertson. Because Kevin Stewart went to Hull in and around the same price. And then we bought Andy Robertson. Wow. No doubt who came out on the best end of that one. Andy Robertson for 8 million quid just seems robbery. On top of that though, Alexis McAllister for 38 million feels like robbery as well. Right, so the poll is up. Vote away on it. Gary McAllister, James Milner, Joel Matip or Marcus Babbel. Now, I have a soft spot for Gary Mack because I know of the influence he had on Steven Gerrard's career. If you go back and look at comments from Steven Gerrard, he said he learned so much from that year playing alongside Gary McAllister when he came into Liverpool. And obviously he was part of the 2001 treble under Gerard Houllier as well, but was only here a short time. Also had that 40-yard free kick against Everton, which I think played a big part to us getting into the Champions League. So I'll always look fondly at Gary Mack, but he didn't have the longevity. Jimmy Milner, what can you say? He brought in the winning mentality. He brought in the leadership. He brought in what we needed to get over the line. So he's right up there as well. Joel Matip from Schalke on a free, a big part of our success under Jurgen Klopp. And of course then as well Marcus Babbel, another Liverpool player who came in and did very well. So I'll leave that up to you guys to have a vote on. For me, I'll probably edge Milner. I probably would edge to Jimmy Milner, but it would be close. Matip definitely deserves his place in that poll. Maxi Rodriguez is a great shout, mate. Pal. Maxi Rodriguez. I used to love seeing him. Little black gloves on all the time. And again, really talented footballer. I think if my memory's right, we got him on a free from Atletico Madrid, if my memory's right. But yeah, I loved watching Maxi play as well. Good shout. Bolo Zenden. Look, it was a dark time during Liverpool's history when we had Hodgson and Joe Cole and those players come in. But Bolo Zenden was a professional and certainly have no bad thoughts about Bolo Zenden in any way, shape or form. Does Trent not count because he's technically free? No, because the one part that's missing there, mate, is transfer. And Trent came through the academy, obviously. So, look, no, we can't squeeze him in on that one. Mark Bell said, Milner played all over the park and was hardly ever injured. Huge influence in the dressing room and at the academy. Absolutely, Mark. He's... Do you know what? There's not many people I trust more to see out a game of football if you're winning by a goal with 5 or 10 minutes to go than Jimmy Milner. Just look at the Barcelona game and when and how that game ended. It was with Jimmy Milner killing the clock on the far side of the pitch, winning free kicks and running it down. Incredible servant to the game, James Milner. Like, just from when he broke through at Leeds all the way to him still playing now with Brighton. It's an incredible story, and his longevity is just down to his own professionalism, obviously his talent and his hard work, but a great servant to football. Colin Brooks said, Milner, fantastic player for Liverpool. I'd love to see him return in some capacity. Oh, look, if James Milner decides he wants to continue on into the coaching side or whatever of football, he's a lot to give. He has a lot to give to the game in every way, shape or form. Do you remember the game we played against Manchester City in the 13-14 season? And Coutinho scored the goal. I think we won it 3-2 if my memory's right. Manchester City got back into that game for me when Milner came off the bench. He was phenomenal that day for City and scared the shit out of me watching it. So yeah, I remember that game just stands out to me as one of Milner's biggest influences for Manchester City, and it was against us when he came off the bench. With over 500 votes, you guys have decided that James Milner is the best Liverpool free transfer of the modern era. He got 53% of the vote, beating out Joel Matip with 34%, Gary McAllister with 10%, and Marcus Babbel with 2%.